Hey guys, DJ Talks here, and this is my very first video on YouTube. I just wanted to make a channel where I could voice my opinion on things that might be happening or things that I care about. So this really brings me to my first topic, which is the title of this video. Is PewDiePie a Nazi? Well, this should be obvious, no, but there seem to be a lot of people that think he's actually a Nazi or a white supremacist or alt-right. That's obviously not the case, but let's look at why they might think that. He has had a few controversies in the past, first which will probably have to be the Death to All Jews banner thing. And, yeah, that was kind of in poor taste, but he had a good meaning behind it. He wanted to show how basically anyone would do anything for money on like Fiverr and how dangerous that is. It was more of a critique of Fiverr than him saying that he wants to kill all Jews. Of course, a lot of people are too dense to actually see this, so I don't know what to tell them. It's pretty obvious that's what his intention was. I mean, if you want to be, the biggest YouTuber, you do not want to make everyone think you're a Nazi intentionally. So another controversy he had was would have to be him saying the N-word on a live stream, which of course bad taste, but mostly unintentionally. He was playing a live stream, he was getting angry, and it just slipped out. I mean, he's probably been called it multiple times whenever he plays online with 12-year-olds or something, so just something that sort of slipped out. He made an immediate apology after, like, the next day. So, again, to call him a Nazi, to call him racist because something slipped out, something he's probably get called a lot, it just doesn't make any sense. There's no logical thing there. Another thing I saw was he was wearing a sweater or a scarf or something. It has a bunch of designs, and one of them has a cross or something. It looked like kind of looked like an iron cross, though. Iron cross does look similar to a lot of other different types of crosses and stuff. There were just a bunch of different, was just a bunch of different designs on it. And people were like, oh, look, he's wearing the Iron Cross on one of his live streams. And I'm like, that's not an Iron Cross. That doesn't look anything like it. It's like, oh, it's supposed to. He doesn't want us to really know it's an Iron Cross. Only his Nazi followers would know that. And I'm like, you're really stretching here. You're stretching more than a gymnast. And someone doing some gymnastics over here. So yeah, and recently in the news, he was criticized because one of his videos he said he was going to donate $50,000 to the if I could speak, Anti-Defamation League, which I don't really agree with I don't really agree with the group's purpose. I mean, sure, they fight anti-Semitism around the world. The way they do it though is kind of wrong. Like I've read in places that they support hate speech laws, which I'm firmly against because I'm more of a like minarchist or libertarian. I believe in freedom of speech, even for people who like say, "Oh, I hate all Jews." I still believe that they deserve freedom of speech because once you start taking that away, you become dystopian really fast. I'm talking George Orwell level stuff. So again, he probably saw that. He apparently in one of his later videos, he was like, someone advised him to do that, and he's like, yeah, sure, and then he looked at it. Another big reason, actually, would probably have to sort of be, how they've been trying to get his channel banned multiple times in the past, over and over. So, I mean, if I was a YouTuber as big as him, and I was gonna give $50,000 of my own money to an organization that was advised, and then I say that, and then I see that they're trying to actively get me banned, get my channel removed, yeah, I am not going to donate $50,000 to you. That's crazy. And of course, he's getting called a Nazi because he didn't want to donate to to an organization that tries to censor free speech and tries to get his own channel banned and He's just been criticized over and over for this. More people are calling him a Nazi. It just makes no sense. Now let's talk about how the mainstream media has a vendetta against him. Particularly Vox. Vox has made multiple videos, multiple articles on their website, sort of defaming PewDiePie as this big Nazi that's just trying to recruit more alt-right members, and how his channel needs shut down, and how he basically needs publicly hung by the court of public opinion. And yeah, I have a few theories behind this. One, they're just stupid and think he's a Nazi because they don't understand what context means. That's the most likely case because the people at Vox are not the brightest individuals. I'm just going to sit here and say it. You could agree or disagree. They're just kind of stupid whenever it comes to calling people Nazis. Like they'll call Steven Crowder a Nazi, a libertarian, who is the opposite of a Nazi, which is a far-right authoritarian dictatorship. Fascism. They're calling a libertarian a Nazi. I mean, you could already tell that Vox is extremely crazy. The second most likely is that they're just doing it for clicks. Like, oh, people see PewDiePie's name and we'll just get clicks if we do this. The third most likely one that I would say, this is just a conspiracy theory of mine, is views. For a little while, PewDiePie had this show called Pew News where he would just give his own opinion on public events happening. And yeah, I would receive a lot of views. Each one would get like 10 million views or something like that. And yeah, I got some figures pulled up here on my computer right now. Looking at on socialblade.com/YouTube. It's a website that shows you like subscribers and views and stuff. Vox's monthly stats for video views is about 43.405 million views. Okay. In the past 30 days, we've gotten 160 subscribers. They got a total grade of A-. They're 966 subscriber rank. 1,562nd video views rank. 392nd country rank, which is America. PewDiePie's stats, on the other hand, he gets 561.88 million views just in the last 30 days. In the last 30 days, he's got 1.8 million subscribers. Social Blade rank is 29th. He's got his whole score grade of A+. He's 3rd subscriber rank, 11th in video views, 1st in the country, which it shows America despite him being Swedish, and I think he's living in Britain now. So, yeah, there's obviously something up with that. Not to mention him having 3 times the uploads as Vox. And, yeah, I just think they're really more or less jealous that he's able to voice his opinion that they might not disagree with. Or that they might disagree with, sorry. And, he is just growing at an extremely rapid rate. He's getting a lot more in estimated monthly earnings. And he's just more popular than them. That's it. They're just probably jealous that he's way more popular than they are. And they just can't take that. So they're like, oh, we gotta push this agenda that he's straight up a Nazi using isolated examples of stuff he normally doesn't do. Like, it's just completely stupid. And people are falling for it because a lot of people are mindless sheep who just listen to anything like Vox or BuzzFeed or The Verge or Teen Vogue or Vanity Fair posts. And they won't really think for themselves, so they'll be like, okay, well, these guys here, they're in a position of power. They say that PewDiePie's a Nazi, so we're just gonna sit here and believe it. And it just makes zero sense. And Yeah, basically, he's just not a Nazi. There's multiple reasons why people might think he's a Nazi, between stupidity, being lied to, and just hating the guy just for, uncontrollable aspects of him, like him being straight or him being white. There are people out there, him being a male, people out there who do hate people like that. I'm not saying it's a lot of them. It's probably like 10 of them at most. Just like a lot of his viewers aren't bigots. Most of them, like 100,999,999 of his viewers. It's just that one that's like, oh, hey, we're just gonna be a Nazi and like PewDiePie, like that Christchurch shooter who said, hey, subscribe to PewDiePie. Now I'm gonna go kill some Muslims. Yeah, he did that, but he also was just saying it for the meme because at the time it was a popular meme. You saw it everywhere. I'm certain that everyone watching this video has seen subscribe to PewDiePie at least one time on the internet or even in real life. I mean, he said it for the meme, and even after that, even though PewDiePie had nothing to do with it, PewDiePie stopped the meme because it was now associated with that dude, and PewDiePie's just an overall guy. PewDiePie's just an overall great person, Um, he's actually donated to multiple charities that actually, surprisingly, help a lot of minority children and underprivileged children. Like the first one is I think it's called Project Water. He donated about $550,000. Well, he raised about 550,000 in live streams and stuff, which the countries that I looked on their website, the countries that they really helped out were actually Uganda and Rwanda. So if he was a racist, why would he want to, help out an organization that brings clean water to African children? Why would any Nazi want to do that? Help out the people that you hate. That makes zero sense. He's also donated a significant amount, I think $1.3 million, raised that much for Project Red. Actually, it was Charity Water, that's what it was. But he actually donated about 1.3 million, I think, to Project Red, which actually helps in AIDS research. And guess who's affected most by AIDS? Homosexuals and minorities. I mean, this is a fact. This isn't really like, this isn't being homophobic or racist or anything. This is a fact. AIDS is a real big problem in those communities. A lot of it's from drug use, unprotected sex, like Freddie Mercury, but there's nothing really racist or homophobic to say that. I mean, it's a statistical backed up. It's backed up by It's backed up by statistics. But yeah, he's just done overall a lot of things. I'd go as far to say he's a philanthropist with a dark sense of humor. That's what I've said all the time. He's a really great guy. He's been trying to get a little better with his content since a lot of more kids are watching his channel, and I don't know, he doesn't deserve all this hate. He's worked really hard to get where he's at. He doesn't deserve to have it all just crash down around him because some people don't like his sense of humor. Some people just don't like him because he's more popular. But that's pretty much all I had to say with this video. If you made it this far, congratulations. And I really thank you for turning on my video and checking out my first video. Anyhow, I'm going to get off here. I thank you all for watching, and be sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more of me just ranting.